Hey, what's going on everybody? Diptesh here back with another review series. This time it's the Xiaomi 15. In this video, I'm going to unbox it and share my first impressions. And as usual on my channel, this is my Xiaomi 15 which I purchased with my own money, not sponsored in any way. I don't make sponsored content, and very recently I sold my iQOO 13, my Xiaomi Pad 7 and my Galaxy Tab S9 to continue this journey of creating non-sponsored content. So please consider supporting this channel by hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell. Your support is invaluable to me. Also, a quick shout out to the linking center here in Shiv Mandir, Siliguri, West Bengal, through whom I pre-ordered the device and received it on day 1 of sale. Thanks to the linking center for hooking me up with the device as soon as possible. With that said, let's get going. Okay, so in India, Xiaomi has only launched a single variant, and that is with 12GB of RAM and 512GB of storage. And with the ICICI credit card discount, I got this for just 60,000 rupees, which is actually great value. Okay, so let's unbox this. By the way, I already unboxed it at shop, just reenacting this for the sake of this video. We have a box inside a box. This contains some paperwork and a pretty nice looking case. Next we got the phone, and boy, it already feels so compact. Keeping aside the phone, let's see what else we got. We still got the charging adapter in the box in India, and it's a 90 watt adapter. It's a type A to type C adapter though, so I'm not sure if this will support PD charging for laptops. And we got the charging cable as well. Alright, let's get to the main event and unwrap the phone. I gotta tell you guys, this feels great in the hands. It feels so good to hold a compact phone after so many years of using giant slabs of phones. I got small hands and the Xiaomi 15 feels super comfortable to hold. The screen has a pre-applied screen protector, which is nice to see. Here's a quick size comparison with my daily driver, the Galaxy S20 FE 5G, and trust me, the difference in in-hand feel is much bigger than what shows up on camera. The Xiaomi 15 feels way more comfortable to hold and feels a lot more secure, as I'm able to maintain a much more firm grip. Okay, let's boot up the phone. Meanwhile, let's slap on the case. Nice. It's still very comfortable with the case on. Let me quickly set it up and make sure to disable ads, and also I don't like automatic updates on any device, so that's always turned off. Alright, initial setup is done, so I'll be back with the first impressions. Okay guys, so I'm back with some first impressions, and let's start with the build and design. And I have to stress this fact guys, the compact build of the Xiaomi 15 while also packing a 5240 mAh battery is clearly its biggest strength. This is the USP of the phone. The phone feels very comfortable in the hand and looks good as well, with aluminum sides which has a matte finish. Unlike the glossy look on the Xiaomi 14, even the back has a matte finish which prevents fingerprints from showing up. The Type-C port is of USB 3.2 Gen 1 variety with 5 GB per second bandwidth, and also supports Display Alt for external monitor support. The Ultrasonic Fingerprint scanner is also very fast, responsive and reliable. No complaints there. It's also in a perfect spot. I gotta quickly mention about the haptics as well guys. The haptics on the Xiaomi 15 are surprisingly precise and deep for such a small phone. The haptics are also well integrated in the software elements throughout the phone. Next, let's talk about the display. It's a 3.63 inch 20 by 9 12-bit OLED display with up to 120Hz refresh rate. It has super thin and symmetric bezels all around. I have forced the refresh rate to 120Hz and enabled all apps to run at 120Hz. Otherwise, I have seen that some apps don't run at 120Hz. For example, the YouTube app runs at 60Hz, which is unacceptable to me. I will talk more about the software in the upcoming videos. HDR brightness is supposed to be up to 3200 nits, and I don't have any tools to measure it though, but the screen to me appears really bright. Although I must say that my iQOO 13 did get even brighter than this for sure, and had even more HDR impact, but nonetheless this is plenty bright. I do believe a bigger screen in general, even with the same brightness as the Xiaomi 15, will make a bigger impact for content consumption. I am just using a smaller screen phone after a long time, and content just looks smaller and visually less impactful than a big screen phone like the OnePlus 13 and iQOO 13. Less impact is just a side effect of having a smaller screen. You will get adjusted to it eventually. Audio is powered by Dolby Atmos, and the audio quality is very clear and surprisingly deep and bassy for being such a small phone. It's just that it is not as loud. loud as the iQOO 13 that I had, which is totally expected. Audio is powered by Dolby Atmos, and the audio quality is very clear and surprisingly deep and bassy for being such a small phone. It's just that it is not as loud as the iQOO 13 that I had, which is totally expected. I will make a dedicated video on the software experience of HyperOS 2, but first impressions are fine. I am not blown away or anything. I personally prefer OxygenOS over this, but the UI is very smooth. There are parallel animations, no hitches. I did find a couple of stutters or more like refresh rate drop while moving in between some random apps. Since then, I have switched to fixed 120Hz refresh rate like I showed earlier. YouTube, for example, runs at 60Hz if I don't manually force 120Hz throughout the system. I also spotted this bug in the Xiaomi Gallery app. As soon as you play a video in the Xiaomi Gallery, the screen gets stuck at 60Hz until you exit the video. This is surely a bug. Otherwise, customization is good. I love the super wallpapers and there are tons of free themes as well. I will make a dedicated video on the software experience for sure. Also remember, this is a 512GB device. So here is how much storage you get out of the box. This is pretty handy actually. Finally, let's talk about the cameras. The sensors are almost identical to the Xiaomi 14 with minor changes to the telephoto sensor, which also has a shorter 60mm lens attached compared to the 75mm lens on the Xiaomi 14. The camera app is full of features and modes. There is a pro mode for both photos and videos. For example, the OnePlus 13 does not have a pro mode for videos, which is crazy to me. There is also option to record in 10-bit log only with the main sensor and also the ability to shoot in Dolby Vision HDR. I am sharing some first impressions here and I'm overall very happy with the output. The main thing that I always like to highlight is the image processing, which is handled very tastefully with the Xiaomi 15. I complained in my iQOO 13 camera review regarding the crazy over sharpening that iQOO applies on the photos, which looks really ugly once you start to zoom in. No such issue here with the Xiaomi 15. These images are clearly flagship grade and the processing is not overdone. Yes, I must say that the Xiaomi 15 images are not exactly natural. Instead, they have some character. They are a bit moody looking, texture details is preserved very well, exposure by default is slightly on the higher side. It does not look like a typical aggressive HDR processing like smartphone images. Overall, it has a distinct look, which may be an acquired taste for some. I will be very interested in playing with the raw images in my detailed camera review. One thing that I'm really obsessed with is the very close minimum focusing distance on the tele lens. You can shoot some beautiful looking close-up shots with this lens with a very shallow depth of field. This is the perfect lens to grab wallpaper grade stills, to be honest. I am also impressed with the automatic video mode. Here is a sample with me walking under artificial lights and the EIS is super effective. And there is very little EIS motion blur, which is a very common issue with EIS under low light. I am not even walking carefully and the EIS is performing very well at night. The ultra wide at night is pretty weak for videos though. The telephoto video is also quite good in lower ambient light. Now, I did notice that continuously using the camera to click photos and shoot videos, switching between lenses, switching between various modes, does heat up the phone. So that's something to look out for since this is a small phone. It does cool down pretty quickly though. I will obviously make a dedicated photo and video camera review of the Xiaomi 15 just like I did for the iQOO 13. So make sure to subscribe for that. Alright guys, so that was my quick first impressions on the Xiaomi 15. Very excited to test this compact pocket rocket in depth and share results with you in upcoming videos. Compact form factor with a large battery definitely feels like a dream come true. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, share and definitely subscribe. Your support is much appreciated. Take care and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.